I wanna be Batman, cause everybody really ain't shit to me.
What's up everyone, MJO Reviews here, and tonight I'm gonna do another DVD review, but I'm not going to be doing a horror movie. I'm stepping back into the DC universe just for a bit to review Superman Doomsday. Now when I bought this, I was under the impression that Superman was gonna actually die. What an idiot I was for thinking that. So, let me get into the movie here. So, Lex Luthor, he's digging a hole over there in Afghanistan or Iraq, I'm not really sure which desert country it was, but he's digging a hole, and he finds a vessel. Turns out, his stupid people that are working for him blow a hole in the vessel by accident. Doomsday flies out of it. He kills all of his manufacturer workers there and everything, and starts making his way to Metropolis. Static is everywhere about this frickin' beast known as Doomsday, coming after everyone, killing people. Now in the movie, I'm not really sure about the comic book status of Doomsday, because I'm not really a up-reader on Superman, but I will probably read into him. I'm not really sure. I'm not really a big fan of him, so I may not even read about Superman. I just don't have any care for him, but I did watch the movie. But turns out in the movie, the people who made Doomsday up in whatever planet it was, they sent him to Earth in that little capsule prison because they couldn't defeat him, and he didn't know the difference between friend or foe, so he was basically a threat to anything that is walking. He'll kill everything. Like, he kills a deer in this movie. When he's in the forest, like, he breaks deer's necks. I think he killed a bear also. I wouldn't be surprised if he killed a penguin. I'm not really sure. But, he starts kicking ass in Metropolis, and then all of a sudden, Superman shows up. Like always, he just shows up, flying around. And he starts kicking Doomsday's ass. A little bit. Because they were pretty much evenly matched. I think Doomsday had the upper hand for a little while. Like, he was throwing him through buildings, hitting him with tanks. Basically, Superman gets the final KO on him by bringing him up into the atmosphere in a bear hug, like holding him up and slamming him right back into the concrete of the floor, making a huge crater hole. Lex Luthor winds up getting some DNA from the scene where Superman smashed Doomsday into the hole. Oh, and by the way, Superman winds up dying at that scene. But technically not dead. His heartbeat was only beating once every day, so he was like in a comatose state for like, I'm not really sure how long, but it was pretty long. So Lex Luthor, he gets some DNA, he starts making some clones of Superman. He makes one successful one that was pretty much doing Superman's job. And the thing about these clones is that this clone only knew Superman's memories, so he only knew what Superman knew, like Lois Lane. So he would talk to Lois Lane, but he would talk in a, like, a robotic state, you know, like he wouldn't have any emotions going on with him. So with that said, he goes over, does the Superman thing, but he's a little more lethal, sort of like Asbat from Azrael and Batman in the Batman Nightfall. Sort of like that. He starts getting a little crazy. Like, this lady loses her cat, and he, like, threatens to beat up the old lady because she lost her cat, and, like, I was just like, wow. I mean, it was a pretty, like, it was a pretty creepy scene with him getting that lady's cat out of the tree. It was just a little, I wouldn't want to run into that dude. So, oh, and Superman, he winds up getting freed from his casket because they had a funeral after that fight, and it was Superman's robot from his Fortress of Solitude that picked him up and brought him back to his Fortress of Solitude, trained him until he was like a certain amount of percent, until he found out about this fake Superman doing all his righteous sort of Azrael ways. So he winds up going to Metropolis to fight him in a solar-powered suit, so that if he was in the sun, he would get more, you know, more power, more strength. Turns out, though, ironically, it wasn't even sunny out. It was stormy, and it was very cloudy. So him and that fake Superman, they start fighting, and he also has a kryptonite gun to shoot him with, but he doesn't even get a chance to shoot it because the other Superman knocked it out of his hand, and they were fighting. the clone Superman was kicking his ass for a long time until the ending. There was a big memorial, like S, like that big S of Superman. It was like a big marble S, and he winds up picking it up and about to slam the real Superman with it until like he I think he sparks a fire, or he hits him with, I think he actually shoots him with the kryptonite gun. I'm not really I don't really remember. I think it was a week ago when I saw the movie. But he winds up defeating the clone, and then he tells the real Superman, look, protect the people. And it was pretty emotional because he wasn't really a bad guy, but he was more ruthless in the ways that he was protecting the people. So it was more like passing the torch back to Superman. It was more like a Nightfall Batman sort of thing. It was pretty cool. And with that said, I mean, it was just like, I thought it was a pretty cool movie. I mean, the fact that he didn't die, it was alright, but I gained a lot of respect from Superman in this movie. So, he's not that bad. You know, I still don't understand how the people don't know that Superman is Clark Kent. It's just glasses that he's wearing. It's not that big of a... But whatever, I'm not going to get into it. But with that, I think it's a really cool movie. If anyone who's a comic book fan, or just any fan of, you know, cartoons, should maybe watch it, rent it, download it. But don't steal it. Remember that. But it was a good movie. It was an alright movie, if anyone likes DC. And I'm not really a big Superman fan, so I enjoyed it. So, thanks for watching my review, and make sure, I guess, to stick around and see what other videos I do. I'm gonna do, Batman Gotham Knights, because I have some things to say about that movie. So, thanks for watching my review, and, alright.